How to Push Out a Baby, Part 2 by Nurse Whit. Hey guys, welcome back to Baby Bump Life. I want to take some time and kind of do a second video of one of my most popular videos, which happens to be how to push out a baby. Even though I had a C-section and didn't push one out myself, I have coached many moms through pushing out a baby, and so I want to go over a little bit more from my first video. And if you haven't checked out my first video, definitely do that. But I wanted to do kind of like a part 2, I guess. So I kind of went over in the first video with pushing out a baby, how you take the big deep breath like you're going underwater, bear down, and you are pushing like you gotta poop, and you're doing that for 10 seconds. But a couple other things. So we're pushing with contractions because when it is time to push, your body's already going to be doing that force from baby moving down. So you might as well give the force during that same time, so it makes your push worth the effort. If you are too numb and from an epidural and you're not able to feel, your nurses, doctors, nurse midwives, they can tell from the monitor. And if the monitor's not picking it up correctly, because sometimes that can happen if it's not placed exactly in the right spot on your belly, they can feel. We just put our hand on your belly, and as soon as it tightens and gets rock hard, you're having a contraction. So some moms are blessed and don't feel that, and others do feel that as they're getting ready to push. So you do push with the contractions. You push 3 times typically with each contraction. Your nurses, doctors, nurse midwives will be pushing with you. You'll never be pushing by yourself. Please don't do that. They'll guide you along with the pushing. So sometimes we have moms, like I've had moms who will push, and I'm like, okay, you're pushing in your face, I need you to push down below, because we can just tell, we can see as the baby's head is coming down, and we can tell how you're pushing. And sometimes you are too numb, you can't really tell how you're pushing, so we're there to guide you and help you. So you're going to take that big deep breath just to kind of refresh from the first video. You're going to take that big deep breath like you're going underwater, and you're going to bear down, and you're going to push for 10 seconds. So it'll look like this: big deep breath, bear down and push for 10 seconds. At 10 seconds, you let that breath out, right back on it for the second push. Pushing for 10 seconds. At the end of 10, you let that breath out, right back on it for push number 3. Make sure you're clearing all of that out, that breath out at the end of 10 seconds, and cleansing with a big deep breath, because that big breath that you have is what you're going to push with. If I let the breath out and I just go and I'm pushing, I don't have a big enough breath and force to push with. So make sure you are taking a big deep breath when you are bearing down to do that next push. At the end, so once you've hit that third push, you want to be nice and relaxed. You want to slow down your breathing, do the nice big slow deep breaths that you've been doing before. You can tell dad or your support person or your nurse or whoever is there with you, can I have some more ice chips? Can I have a cold washcloth on my forehead or behind my neck? Just something to help you to relax during that time, so that you can save up that energy for that few seconds to minutes before the next contraction shows up and it's time to push again. So that's it. Easy peasy, right? I just wanted to make this second video, follow-up video, because I can't tell you how many times I've asked moms, you know how to push out a baby, right? And they're like, I think so. And they could use just a little bit extra help and just a few extra tips. So I just wanted to put this video out there to help you guys with that. The position that you want to be in really plays a big part when it comes to pushing out your baby. You do want to make sure that you're not laying all the way flat and you're not laying all the way sitting up. You need to be in somewhat of a semi-Fowler's position, and your nurse, doctor, and nurse midwife will all help you with getting into that position. But what you need to do is to grab with both of your hands behind your legs on your thighs underneath and pull them back towards you. So you want to pull your knees to your chest, pulling them back as far and as wide as you can, allowing your hips and your pelvis to open up so that baby can move down. The next thing you want to do is put your chin to your chest and curve around baby. So you want to be grabbing your legs and curving around baby. That's going to help baby to get up under the pelvic bone, which is and can be the hardest part with pushing. Is baby's head just rocks back and forth up under that pelvic bone until you get that one big push that pushes them all the way underneath. The other thing is, we'll go over the pushing here in a second, but you want to make sure that when you let that breath out, you get that next one right back on it. Because if I do this, that allows baby to move his or her head back up before I would push again. Does that make sense? So you don't want to take extra little breaths in before you take that next big deep breath. So you want every push to be worth your effort when it comes to pushing baby's head down. And if you can keep a little bit of pressure down there, kind of like a Kegel exercise in between contractions, that helps to keep baby's head down there just by keeping a little bit of pressure. If you're too exhausted and you can't do it, it's okay. You still can push effectively, but that's just a little tip of something that could help you guys out. Okay, so that was how to push out a baby. Now what I want to do for you guys is kind of simulate and do like a little exercise for you guys so that you can kind of practice, and you can do this in the days and weeks before you go into labor. This will just kind of take a few minutes. If you want to kind of get into a quiet room, turn the lights down to like a dim, you can play like a little calming white noise or something in the background if you want. But what we're going to do is pretend that we are in labor. Okay, so we are going to simulate a couple contractions and how you would breathe through the contractions. And then in a little bit, we will simulate how to push through a contraction. We aren't going to actually push, none of you at all. You aren't going to really hold your breath at all. And we'll just kind of do a little practice round so that when it comes to the actual moment, you'll have a good idea of what to do. So we'll just kind of breathe through a couple contractions here first. So go ahead, put your hands onto your belly, close your eyes. Take a couple deep breaths with me. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we'll say that you start to feel a contraction starting. You're feeling the pain, you're feeling your belly tighten. You're recognizing that the pain is there, but not thinking about it, not concentrating on it, just thinking about your breathing. Focus all of your energy towards your breathing as you are breathing for your baby. The contractions are now hitting its peak. It's at the strongest point, but you're not worrying because you know that this pain is soon going to go away. You can tell that your contraction is now getting less. Your contraction is now ending. In between contractions, you want to make sure that if you have lost any control over your breathing at all, that you now have regained control over that breathing. You want to make sure that if you need a couple of ice chips, if you need a cold washcloth on your head or on the back of your neck, that you take the opportunity to do that. Slow down your breathing and don't anticipate, don't be fearful for, just wait and stay in the moment, because another contraction will be here soon, but just know that that pain is going to come and go just as the last one did. The more that you have control over your thinking and your mindset and not letting yourself get too anxious, the easier it will be. And as you are less stressed, your baby can become less stressed as well. Try to stay as nice and relaxed as you can so that you are taking the appropriate breaths and giving baby the appropriate amount of oxygen. So we'll go ahead and breathe again through another contraction here just for a second time. So go ahead, put those hands onto your belly, close your eyes, take that big deep breath in and blow out. We'll say a contraction is starting. You feel your belly start to tighten. You feel the pain. You're just recognizing the pain but not pondering on it, not thinking too hard about it, just knowing that the pain is going to come and go, and focusing all of your energy on your breath, taking that slow deep breath in and out. Contractions hitting its peak and now slowly going back down. Your contraction is now ending. You are now relaxing and gaining your breath again. If you've lost any control, you are regaining control of your breathing. Okay? So that's how to breathe through your contractions. And you can certainly do that exercise, and I recommend you do that. Again, just sit in a calm, quiet room, turn on some white noise or some rain noise, water, whatever, and just try to relax and focus on that breathing, and imagine that you're having a contraction and just breathing through it. If you do have Braxton Hicks contractions at all, that would be a good time to kind of practice as well and to just focus your breathing techniques. So now we will go through pushing and what that looks like, okay? So go ahead, put your hands onto your belly again and close your eyes. Take a few cleansing deep breaths again. Okay, we'll say that a contraction is starting. You're fully dilated. You are 10 centimeters. Baby's head is nice and low at +2 station. And it is now time to push out baby. So your nurse is going to tell you to take that big deep breath. And you are going to bear down and push. But what we're going to do is just tuck our chin to our chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can lift your head up. This is where you would let your breath out. When you get that big deep breath, right back on it. But go ahead and just tuck your chin to your chest for the second push for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go ahead and lift your head again. This is where you would let that breath out and get that big deep breath. Right back on it. We're not going to again, but go ahead, tuck your chin to your chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. At the end of that contraction, you're going to take a nice cleansing breath. You used a lot of energy there, a lot of force. Relax everything from the tips of your hair to the tips of your toes. Regain your breathing. If you need a couple ice chips or a cool washcloth, let us know. Dad's our support person. You can kind of massage her legs a little bit if you're helping to hold her leg. And just slow down that breathing. Alright, we're going to simulate another contraction, so put your hands to your belly again. And we're going to let that contraction get nice and strong. So go ahead, and here's where you would be taking a big deep breath, but go ahead and just tuck your chin to your chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift your head up. This is where you would let the breath out and get a big deep breath right back on it. And tuck your chin to your chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now for push number 3, let your breath out, right back on it. Big deep breath. You're going to put your chin to your chest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, you guys. So those are the exercises to do to help you with how to relax through contractions and then how to push when it comes time to pushing your baby. I hope that helps you guys, and if you have any questions, please leave your questions or comments below. If you have any other videos that you want me to do as well, please let me know. I'm here to help you guys, and just let me know what you want me to talk about. Alright, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.